Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I speak about herbs and their magical power. I speak about the Bible. I will be speaking about the herbs today that no one wants you to use as government people. All over the world, the people that call themselves government do not want you to use these herbs that have been made by nature. They call it marijuana, they call it ganja, they call it hemp, and no one wants to confront the true name. This plant has been called wisdom weed. Woo! This is a natural plant that grows by nature. And in olden days, my people use these herbs, and they use it in many ways. For instance, they will take the leaf off, and they will get a pot with hot water, and they will boil it in there. And when it's boiled, they will take it and they will turn it off into a cup. Let's put this over here and let's take the leaf out. Whenever time you boil herbs in water, the leaf, it should be green. It should be green, not brown like tobacco. And my people would use a tip of brown sugar, or you can say molasses. And they will sweeten to their taste. Now, here is the nice part about it. If you have a pregnant woman, 3-4 months pregnancy, and you give them this tea to drink, the baby will be witty, smart, wise, have a lot of wisdom. Now, this is found in the book of Solomon, not your so-called Bible that you have been reading. If you take the dry herbs this will be the dry herbs. This will be the dry herbs. If you take these herbs and you turn it into powder in your hand and you pour it into raw cow's milk and you give it to any thing with life within it to drink, it will be under your command. Raw cow's milk, if you powder the dry marijuana and put it into the raw cow's milk and give it to anyone you desire, they will be under your will or under your spell. Now, with the marijuana, as you call it, I call it wisdom weed. It's good for tuberculosis. It's good for asthma. It's good for high blood pressure. And it's also good for many, many things. This is the point of what this is the point I want to let you understand. All over the world, let's take this plant out and see something. All over the world, let's remove it. I think it's mature. Let's take the plant down. This is a plant. We're going to take it down. You can see the bud there. Close up. You can see the bud. Close up. You will take this plant and you will hang it upside down. Before you do that, you will remove all the leaves from it. All the big leaf. And you would hang it upside down for 3 days. Now, all the substance will go to the bud. Within this plant, there is something within the plant. It's in the human body. Not in the beast or not in the bird. The government and the pharmaceutical company, they call it THC. But it's a different name. The same thing that is in this plant is in the brains of man. And that's why if you drink the tea of the herbs, you will have wisdom and understanding. Woo! You don't need to take my word for it. You can do it of yourself. Go and do an experiment. People are not listening anymore. They're not talking anymore. So soon or later, people is going to be dumb. Because nobody's not talking anymore. Everybody just want to text. So you're not going to have the knowledge of using these herbs. No, you're not going to have the knowledge of using these herbs. Because nobody cares about talking anymore. And the young people today, you better don't tell them about any talking. Since the government all over the world legalize homosexual, people stop talking. Did you hear what I just said? Since the government all over the world legalize homosexual, people stop talking. People figure they can do what what they want to do. God is not doing anything, and Satan is not doing anything. The angels are not doing anything, so they figure they do what they want. There's no penalty to be paid. So don't you come to these people and tell them anything. I gotta get some of this substance off my hand. It's too sticky. This herbs is very strong. So that's what I'm saying. People don't want to talk anymore. So when people don't want to talk, you're going to have a lot of problems. And that's what's taking place. People don't want to talk anymore. So I don't know what's going to happen. In this dispensation of time, I don't know what's going to happen. We're in a whole bunch of mess. Especially the black people. He's in such mess that he have no one to tell him anything. He have no one to tell him anything. So he figure he can text whatever he want to text. You want to go into beastology? He going to beastology. You want to go into homosexual? He going to homosexual. Because there's no one to tell him not to do it. Because he figures it's all right. But as I said to you, I teach about herbs, root, and their magical power. How you can use them. So as I said, if you take the green herbs and boil it in water, and pour it off into a cup, and use some brown sugar for your taste, and give it to a pregnant woman, 3-4 months of age, pregnancy, the child will be born with wisdom. And if you take the dry marijuana and pound it in your hand into powder, and pour it into raw cow's milk and give it to anyone to drink, or any beast, they will be under your will. Or you can call it under your spell. And also the birds eat the seeds of the marijuana. You can go to any pet stores and buy the seeds. They will not say marijuana, but they will say hemp. They will say hemp seeds. And they grow it all over the world for rope. You know the big ship that tied up into the ocean? Those rope made from the hemp. And you know the expensive shoes that you wear? The thread made from hemp. Because those thread of oil, so they will not rot away. So the rope of the ships are made from the hemp, or you call it the marijuana, and the thread that make expensive shoes. And they also began to use it in pharmaceutical companies for tablets, for high blood pressure, tuberculosis. So you check it out yourself. Get out there and check it out. And you will see what's taking place. You need to learn about things that is not in book. Because many time gone, there was no book. There was no press to print anything. So men learn things and keep it in the brains. And they write it down on something they call scroll. The skins of animals, such as lamb, goat. What I mean by lamb? Lamb is animals that never been made. Like you say, virgin woman. Virgin woman is a woman that never been penetrated with any object whatsoever. Neither from a male. Because a lot of women penetrate themselves with all type of object. Those are not in books. I'm trying to tell you something that's not in book. I'm not trying to tell you about things that is in book. Book is made by man. And he put what he wants there. Herbs made by nature. And only way it can be is by nature. So if you want to go on with your silliness, keep on going on. And try not to learn anything on your own. And just basing your mind on the book you call the Bible. And some Jesus. And I'm trying to tell you people for years and years. It's impossible for you to have a man named Jesus. In the Hebrew language, the alphabet, there is no J. In the Aramaic language, there is no J. In the Greek language, there is no J. Why people are still basing their mind? You cannot use Y for a J. Y is Y. And that's how it is. Don't come with your silliness and tell me you're using a Y for a J. No. Y is for Y and J is J. So you can't have nobody named John, Joseph, Joshua. Now, all these herbs here you can use for the tea. When I was a young boy, that's what we use for tea. I get to realize now that they're using the bud now for smoking. We use the leaf for smoking because most time the plant did not have bud. They send seeds. But now they put it in laboratory so the plant doesn't have seeds anymore. What they do, they take away the male from the female so she cannot mate with the male. In this plant there is male and female. So when they plant them and they grows up in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, they plug all the male up and leave the female. So the female get frustrated. She can't impregnate. So she started to send all these buds. You see these buds? Start sending all these buds. And that's what's happened. Can't get pregnant. So now you take off all the leaves, you will turn it upside down for 3 days. And those who want to smoke it will smoke it. But you can use it for tea also. But it's not good for tea at this moment. This is the one that's good for tea. And you can give it to any baby. I give it to all the children that I come in contact with, mine and strange kids that the lady require me to give it to them. And that's it, see? Don't listen to those people that you get high off the tea. That's baloney. You don't get high off of food. When you eat, your stomach is full. When you drink tea, your stomach is full. And the THC that's in the leaf will go to the brains of the human. See the leaf? If you want to call the hands of God or whatever, every leaf have 5. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see that? Every leaf on the marijuana tree always have 5 and 1 leaf. That's why the Chinese count in 5. Just give you another wisdom there. And you can divide this. And that's why Chinese count in 5. Peace. For more information, just go to the website www.voodoospell.com and you will get all the understanding of things to come. So guess what? I'm going to give you another herbs every time. So let me clean this one up. So remember what I said. For those of you that have asthma, if you want, you can smoke it. But it's better if you drink it. Bronchitis. For those of you that have bronchitis, you can smoke it too if you want to, but it's better to drink it in tea. And you can cut the leaves up in small, like put in your vegetables, you know? Break them up and put them in your vegetables. And that's it. As I said, for more information, go to the website www.voodoospell.com and you get more information. That's what I'm talking about. Black man, just gotta wake up. Find your own roots and stop going to other people's roots. That's what I'm talking about. Find your own roots and stop going to other people's roots. Huh?